Royal Caribbean has taken things to a whole new level in 2025 and beyond. They're not just raising the bar, they're redefining what it means to be among the best in the business. From jaw-dropping new ships to next-level experiences, they're pulling out all the stops to ensure they remain among the ultimate cruise line. Watch till the end as we unveil everything on the horizon, and trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming next, so let's dive in. First up, we'll talk about new itineraries for Royal Caribbean in 2025. Royal Caribbean is sending the Ovation of the Seas cruise ship to Los Angeles for cruises to the Mexican Riviera. This will happen at the end of May for early June and beyond sailings alongside the Navigator of the Seas and Quantum of the Seas. This will open up more possibilities for people on the West Coast to try out Royal Caribbean. Starting in October of 2025, Serenade of the Seas will homeport out of Colón, Panama and Cartagena, Colombia. These itineraries will sail to the Southern Caribbean to places like Curacao, Aruba, and Bonaire. Anthem of the Seas will homeport out of Sydney, Australia for those who want to check out Australia, New Zealand, New Caledonia, and other places starting at the end of October and into early November of 2025 and beyond. Independence of the Seas will homeport in the UK starting in May of 2025 with cruises to Portugal, Spain, Germany, Norway, and other destinations in Europe. And Allure of the Seas will have Mediterranean cruises while homeporting out of Barcelona, Spain, and Rome, Italy starting in April of this year. Speaking of Allure of the Seas, this ship is going to have some major upgrades to her prior to those cruises out of Spain and Italy starting in March of 2025. Royal Caribbean is investing over $100 million into the upgrades that will include new water slides, the Abyss Dry Slide, new aqua park for kids, some new restaurants, new bars, entertainment, and more. The renovations are expected to take roughly about a month, and we're excited to see what changes they will ultimately do to this ship. And speaking of ships, we have an exciting new one coming out that you may or may not be aware of called Star of the Seas, coming out this summer. This is the second ship in the Icon class, with Icon of the Seas being the first one that was released in early 2024. Star of the Seas will homeport out of Port Canaveral starting in August of 2025, and will mostly focus on 7-night excursions to popular Caribbean ports, but they do have a few smaller 4-night cruises available as well as of the date of this video. Now, the Star of the Seas will share identical layouts and size to Icon of the Seas with 20 decks, roughly 250 gross tons, and a passenger capacity of up to 7,600 people. Some of the differences will include dining options where over 40 venues like Chops Grill, Giovanni's, and so on are always popular, but Star of the Sea will elevate this to 68 dining venue options available versus on Icon of the Seas. This includes various complimentary restaurants such as Pier 7, among others. Now, both of these ships are focused on the ultimate family vacation. However, Star of the Seas will have a surfside neighborhood designed for kids up to the age of 10, whereas on Icon, they are catering to kids more up to the age of 6 years old. And Star of the Seas will also have new entertainment options and choices, such as the Back to the Future musical, which should be a great show to say the least. And as if that wasn't exciting enough, we just got a taste of Royal Caribbean's next Icon class ship coming out called the Legend of the Seas. This will be the third ship in the Icon class and is scheduled to come out in the summer of 2026. Now, a neat little factoid about this ship is it's the first time that Royal Caribbean will resurrect a name from one of their old ships of the mid-90s, which was quite a bit smaller at 70 gross tons and only holding about 2,000 passengers. There's not many details yet about this ship, other than it will homeport for the summer of 2026 in the Mediterranean and then head to the U.S. market in the late fall of 2026. As more information becomes available, we'll definitely keep you updated. Now, moving on to our next big thing is new cabin categories from Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean says that they will reorganize the categories of the cabin codes in order to simplify the booking process and better understand the differences between the cabins. The goal is for more options and types of rooms for passengers with large families, as well as triple and quad occupancy rooms will be separated out with new balcony categories. The change will make it easier to identify which cabins are for couples and which are for larger families. Other small changes include reclassification of some suites, such as the aft-facing balcony rooms that will now be called Sunset Junior Suites. As with many cruise lines, Royal Caribbean will continue to work on reducing their environmental impact of its ships in 2025 and forward. The goal is to achieve a net zero emission by 2050, with some initiatives including ships equipped with hydrogen fuel cells and liquid natural gas to reduce environmental impact. For 2025 and beyond, Royal Caribbean is making a huge leap in technology on their ships. Along with facial recognition for some cabins on new ships as an experiment, we'll also see the Kid Finder app. There was a soft rollout on Icon of the Seas, and now it will be expanded to Star of the Seas. This allows kids who wear a special bracelet to be tracked by their parents through the Royal Caribbean app. Okay, finally, we have one of the most important categories for 2025 and beyond, and that's Royal Caribbean's commitment to private beach clubs. Coming to Nassau in December of 2025, we have the Royal Beach Club Paradise Island. This will be an all-inclusive day pass with a capped number of people per day. The best way to think about this beach club is more like an excursion that you would pay for versus simply getting off the ship at a place like Perfect Day at Coco Cay and going to the Oasis Pool or South Beach. The Royal Beach Club at Paradise Island is being constructed on this long, narrow strip of land right by the cruise port in Nassau. There will be a water taxi that will take you from the cruise pier over to the beach club, and this will be included in your day pass. Royal Beach Club will be all-inclusive, meaning that your drinks and all your food will be included along with free Wi-Fi, live entertainment, umbrellas, showers, and more. However, as with most places, private cabanas and so on will be an extra upcharge. Guests will have two beautiful beaches to choose from, the Family Beach with kid-friendly games, along with the Ultimate Family Cabana, a 2-story private retreat, with an upcharge of course, or Chill Beach with white sand and live music. There's going to be 3 temperature-controlled pools. Party Cove, a 2-story swim-up bar with a DJ pumping music out all day, the Shallow Zero Entry Pool for families, and the Deep End Pool and swim-up bar. There will also be multiple food, bars, souvenir shops, and cultural experiences, all the things you might expect from a cruise that literally moves from the ship to the beach. In addition to Royal Beach Club Paradise Island, Royal Caribbean is opening a Royal Beach Club in Cozumel for 2026. Now, the location will be along the western shore of Cozumel. Guests will enjoy a combination of experiences that span from relaxing to fun at swim-up bars, dedicated pools for families, private cabanas, snorkeling, kayaking, and more. And for a taste of Mexico and beach day favorites, there will be a variety of dining spots like a restaurant, bar and lounge with views, a street market inspired by authentic Mexican bites, as well as hands-on experiences like tequila tastings and cooking classes. And can't forget about Perfect Day Mexico. Perfect Day Mexico will open in 2027 at the current location of the Costa Maya cruise port. This will be similar to Perfect Day at Coco Cay, and they'll have a water park, beaches, pools, restaurants, shop, and food inspired by the region. Add these in with Royal Caribbean's private Labadee cruise port, and it's clear that Royal Caribbean is not holding back, making sure that they have a strong presence in all corners of the Caribbean. So there you have it. Everything that's happening with Royal Caribbean in 2025, along with a few glimpses of what 2026 and 2027 will offer. If you found this video helpful, take a look at this video to give you an idea of what boarding on embarkation day is like on Royal Caribbean. And thanks for watching, and happy cruising!